So welcome. This year, I'm going to be blowing shofar. In the past, I tried many times to learn how to blow a shofar, but I was not successful. I tried many times, didn't work. But this year, because of COVID-19, I knew that I would have to blow a shofar, so I stepped up to the plate. And once I knew I had to, I figured it out, thank God. So just going to go over quickly how I learned how to blow a shofar and how you can also learn how to blow a shofar. What you're going to need is a kosher shofar. You can go on Eichler's, on Greenfields Judaica. There's other places a shofar needs to be kosher. You can't just get a random shofar. It has to come from a sort of certified dealer to know that it was made according to the halacha, that there are no cracks or holes or even coating makes it invalid. Also, this year, thankfully, the first day of Rosh Hashanah is going to be on Shabbat. We don't blow shofar when the first day of Rosh Hashanah is on Shabbat, or whenever it's on Shabbat. But on the second day, we do blow a shofar, and we make two brachas, Lishmoa Kol Shofar and Shechianu, and so now we're going to go how to blow. So usually, the reason a lot of people get stuck when blowing shofar is they blow into it, and no sound comes out. You blow, nothing's going to come out. The next reason people get stuck is they really put their whole heart into it, their whole lungs really into it, and they blow really hard and they get out of breath, and that doesn't work either. So if it takes you a huge amount of effort, you may be able to get some kind of tekiah out, but it's not going to get you really too far. That's what I learned. So I was able to blow with like all my strength, but it doesn't really get you far. The way to really practice is to try to relate to it sort of like you're blowing a trumpet. So you're using both your lips and your lungs to see what gets the sound out. And it's only that way that you'll be able to really do it. Make sure you're not putting a lot of effort on your lungs. Make sure if it's really hard, that means that there's something wrong. So just practice, take your time, really. Don't be nervous, and in no way should you try and get the sound out in the first time. Just take your time to make sure your lips are very narrow. You should always be practicing more on your muscles of your lips and your mouth rather than on how strongly you exhale. So you're gonna try and find the right angle. You're gonna blow a few times, give it a lot of, give it 10 seconds, and eventually you're gonna find that spot that exactly works on your lips, the exact angle. Maybe your lips need to go a bit into the hole, and then you're gonna figure out how to do it. And you're gonna start with a tekiah, the most basic sound. So that used to take me a lot of energy, but if you practice your lip being narrow enough and making sure that the shofar is really up against your lips, you're gonna be able to blow the shofar. So just practice. So you see, you're sort of gonna make sure you're pushing it in a way that's not hurting your lips, but it is tight, not letting any air to escape. And it's really that angle of your very narrow lips and the making sure that no air is going to the side. That's really what's going to produce this. Now, some people, when they want to go the extra mile to make sure that everything's in the right angle, find that it's easier to put it on the left side of their lips, and also to use their hands to block air coming out of other parts of their mouth. That actually can give you a boost. I try and save it sort of to the time I'm out of breath and trying to get in those last shofar blows. So just do a bunch of those, build yourself up till you can do a long tekiah, really long enough to be a full tekiah. Practice a few times. Take your time. Remember, it's always better to spend your time practicing just blowing rather than really putting a lot of pressure on your lungs. So you're going to find the angle. All right, so you found the right way. You finally found the angle that works for you, the shofar that works for you, and you're ready to do a tekiah. Now, the next thing you need to do is a shvarim. A shvarim is the 3 blows. Each one is sort of medium length. The length of a shvarim needs to be the length of the tekiya. So you're going to be doing the shvarim. Some people go for a shvarim, the way they produce it is by 3 different blows. So they'll do. So that can take a lot of energy because you're sort of doing 3 separate gusts. Another way is to sort of use your tongue and do. So you're sort of using your tongue. It's almost, I don't want to say it, but it's almost like spitting, but you're using your tongue. So you're going to be doing like with your tongue. So again, you don't want to just use 3 separate gusts, but you want 3 quick shvarim. So you're sort of almost spitting, and you're doing that 3 times. So make sure you build up your tekiya and your shvarim. So I'll do now a tekiya, shvarim, tekiya. So you see that even sometimes even though I'm now a bit experienced, sometimes during a tekiya you'll start seeing it slide for you. So you're going to make sure then to put it at the right angle. So you're adjusting it so that it's at the exact angle. So that's tekiya and that's shvarim. Practice those a bunch of times. The next thing you want to do is trua. This is the hardest one, and you may not do a trua until you've really built up a solid experience for your tekiya and your shvarim. The length of a trua is supposed to be 9 short blasts that are the length of the 3 medium blasts. So you have a tekiya, let's say 12 seconds. Then you have the shvarim. You're going to have that about 4 seconds each, and then you're going to have the trua also same length divided into 9. So trua is just 9 short blasts. Now this is really hard because while the shvarim can be done as 3 separate gusts, to do 9 short gusts is basically impossible. So here I'm going to do it in the wrong way of doing shvarim, which is gusts. So imagine doing that. Imagine doing that 9 times really quickly. It doesn't work. So you have to really practice doing the trua with your sort of like, and you got to get 3 of those. And once you have that method well done, meaning using your tongue properly, you'll have an easy time doing trua. So you've practiced, you've done your shvarim in a solid way. And now, once you've gotten that method under control of using your tongue for separating the sounds, you're going to do that for terua. And again, it's going to take practice. So here you go. You're going to make sure your lips are wet. So it's the hardest one, but you'll be using your tongue. So it's so yeah, that's what you're doing for terua. And sometimes as you're blowing, you're going to feel it sliding away. You're just going to make sure it stays tight. So that's that. Now, from the Torah, what you need to blow for someone on Rosh Hashanah, for yourself, is first tekiya, and then in the middle, a shvarim terua. And many say you have to do that in one breath, so that takes a lot of practice. Followed by a tekiya. So it's tekiya, shvarim terua, tekiya. Then you need to do a tekiya, shvarim tekiya. So just tekiya, shvarim tekiya. And the last one is tekiya, terua, tekiya. And then it's customary once you've done that to do tekiya, shvarim, terua, tekiya to end it off. But in shul, people really hear it many more times. The custom is to hear at least 100 sounds, where tekiya is 1 sound, shvarim is 3 sounds, and terua is 9 sounds, followed by tekiya. So I'm going to do the full set here, and then I'm going to show you another really neat shofar and how to do it. So Here you go. So you do a tkiya. You start with a tkiya, shvarim trua tkiya. Let's see if I can do it. And then it's followed by a tkiya, shvarim tkiya. And then followed by a tkiya trua. And then people often conclude with tkiya shvarim trua again. So you see, sometimes you're going to have to sort of take an extra breath. Again, make sure your lips are wet and that you have it in the right angle. Now, sometimes the shofar gets wet or dirty or whatever it is. You blow into it from this side until it comes out from that side. But that is mainly it.